Very good morning, dear students. Dear students, we are at History Chapter 1, that is the French Revolution. And children, we are going to start this chapter with the morning of 14th July 1789. So, what happened on this day was the city of Paris was in a state of alarm, means everybody was, very curious here. Why? What happened? Because the king had commanded troops to move to the city. Now here the rumor spread that the king has sent the troops to just open fire on the upon the citizens. So what happened, as a result, now 7,000 men and women, they all gathered there in front of the town hall, and they all decided to fight with the military. They want to make their own military. Fine. So what did they do? They just broke a number of government buildings. Just they were finding out some arms in order to fight with the troops of the king. They want some arms and ammunitions to fight. So they were just breaking different buildings to just get some arms. Fine. Finally, what happened? A group of several hundred people, they marched towards the eastern part of the city and stormed the fortress prison, the Bastille. Now there was a Bastille fort there. Now, why they attacked this Bastille fort? I am repeating it again. Just in search of arms, children. So they thought that it's a Bastille fort might be having some arms. So that's why uh, they broke it. Fine. Now it was a sort of prison. Fine. Now when they broke it, they were just hoping that they will get something. Then what did they do? They uh, they murdered the commander of the Bastille as well. He was killed in this struggle, and the prisoners were released from the Bastille fortress. And how many prisoners were there? Only seven were there, and they were set free. Fine. Now, yet the Bastille was hated by all. Why everybody hated the Bastille fort? Because it belonged to the king. It belonged to their despotic king. Now, what do you mean by despotic? Means the one who has all the authority, the one who's becoming very cruel for them. So that's why they were not even liking this fort also, because they did not like their king. The fortress was demolished. Now they demolished the fortress, and what all remains come out of the fortress, those were sold in the market. Those bricks, those stones, they were sold in the market just as a souvenir. Fine. Just as a a piece of remembrance. They kept it just as a remembrance of the destruction of Bastille Fort. The remains were sold in the market. Now, after that, children, what happened? The days after, followed by this, movement, or this day, they were full of riots in Paris, and even in the countryside also. Almost all people, they were protesting against the high price of bread. At that time the price was very high, and you will get to know afterwards in the upcoming chapter that what were the reasons of all this. Fine. And much later, when the now it's just a flashback, like I have told you one incident, and now we have to look back to the story that why all this happened. Fine. Now it was just a flashback. This thing happened because of the chains of events that ultimately led to the execution of the king in France. Means there were chain of happenings which led to the even the execution of the king of France. So we will read in the chapter who was the king of France, why this day came, why people were protesting, what is the reason behind this. that we are going to study. Fine. Now, children, now the next topic is French society during the late 18th century. Fine. Now, see, in 1774, now who became the king? Louis XVI, and he belonged to a Bourbon family. You know Bourbon biscuit. So from that only Bourbon biscuit has made, because it was a name of a royal family. Fine, Bourbon family of kings, and he just sat on the throne of France, and he was just 20 years old at that time, and he was married to an Austrian princess, Marie Antoinette. Fine. He was married to this Austrian princess. Fine. Now, when he got the accession, upon his accession of the new kingdom, what did the king found, children? The king found the empty treasury. Now, you all know every kingdom has a treasury. Fine, from where the king is going to do all the expenses and all. Fine, but here this king got an empty treasury. Now that is all. There are some reasons for that also that we will discuss. Fine, come to this figure 2. What is it? It is telling you the society in the late 18th century. See, there were three estates. First estate was of clergymen, second was nobility, and the third one the normal people, the big businessmen, merchants, official, lawyers, peasants, artisans, small peasants, landless laborers, servants, they all were there. Fine. Now we have just talked to you regarding the empty treasury. Now, what was the reason behind the empty treasury, children? See, long years of war had drained out the financial resources of France. Fine. Long time of war. It was facing a long time of war. Fine. So that's why all the resources, all the money was drained out. Fine. And moreover, children, see, extravagant, added to this was the cost of maintaining an extravagant court at the immense palace of Versailles. Fine, in the Versailles, this kingdom is having a court also, and just to maintain that, like if you take off the example of parliament, fine, our parliament, so the expenses are very much to just maintain that place. Fine. So same here, they were having a court, a palace at Versailles, and for that they had to, extravagant court is there, and for to maintain that they required a lot of money. Fine. Under Louis XVI, now when it was Louis XVI, France was helping 13 American colonies to gain their independence from the common enemy Britain. Now, France was a big enemy of Britain, and France was just helping out the colonies of Britain, same as India was also a colony of Britain. So there were some 13 American places which were under the control of Britain. So France was helping those American colonies to just to help them to gain independence from Britain. The war added more than £1 billion to a debt that had already risen to more than 2 billion livre. Now, what is livre? It is a unit of currency in France which discontinued in 1794. Means previously it was there. So just because of these expenses, France was having a debt of more than 2 billion. Now, from whom they got the loans? The lenders who have given them credit, they began to charge more interest, 10% interest on loans. Now, the French government was obliged to spend an increasing percentage of its budget on interest payments alone. Fine. So French government has to pay a lot of interest. Fine. Now, just to meet its regular expenses, such as the cost of maintaining an army, courts, they had so many of expenses. Yeah, fine. So they were forced to increase their taxes. What all taxes they were taking from their country, the government increased those taxes. And children, here I have told you the first estate, the second estate, and the third estate, and I told you in the third estate was the common man. The first and the second estate, they were not paying any tax. The whole tax payment was taken only from the third estate. Fine. The society of estate was part of a feudal system. Now see, okay. French society, I told you, it was divided into three. Now, it was a feudal system. What is a feudal system? It was, continuing from Middle Ages, means very old time. The term old regime is usually used to describe this society. Now, what was the feudal society? See, first of all, check out the French society. Fine. Peasants, they were more. Fine. 90% of the population was there in the third estate. However, only a small number of them owned the land. Means 90% of the people. But they don't have their own land. So they had to, only a small number of them owned land and they cultivated it. About 60% of the people, they were working on the lands of the nobles or the church or the richer man of the third estate. Means they had to work on others' land. The church and the richer men of the third state, they were working. People were working on their lands. The members of first two estate, that the clergy and the nobility, they from by birth they were enjoying certain privileges, and one such privileges was exemption of from paying any sort of tax. Fine. The nobles further enjoyed the feudal privileges, means someone else is working on their land and paying them the things in form of taxes. These included feudal dues. They were extracted from the peasants. Peasants were obliged to render services to the lord. They were working in their house, they were working in their field, they were serving in the army. Everywhere the third estate was working. The church was also having two types of taxes, beta, the tithes and the talis. So I will discuss it in the coming lecture.